I hope you're doing well and welcome to the Horn Broadcasting Channel. My name is Mtalam Kosia. Across the Horn of Africa, there is a growing feeling among millions of young people that the future they were promised is slipping away. From Kenya to Ethiopia, from Somalia to Sudan, a new generation is rising, educated, connected, ambitious, and increasingly frustrated. This is not just about a story of unemployment. It is a story about expectations, identity, and survival in a rapidly changing region. The Horn of Africa today has one of the youngest populations in the world. Every year, millions of young people graduate from universities, colleges, and technical institutions, hoping to find jobs, build businesses, and create stable lives. But for many of them, reality has become painful. Opportunities are shrinking while the cost of living continues rising. Inflation is eating into household incomes. Corruption allegations continue damaging trust in institutions. Political systems dominated by older elites, while young people feel excluded from decision-making. And now, social media has become the battlefield where this frustration is being expressed. For decades, governments in the region control political conversations through traditional media, state institutions, and security structures. But today, the smartphone has changed everything. A young person in Nairobi, Addis Ababa, Mogadishu, or Khartoum can speak directly to thousands, sometimes millions, through TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Social media has become the voice of a generation that feels unheard. In Kenya, Gen Z activism has become one of the most powerful political forces in the recent years. Young Kenyans have used hashtags, viral videos, and online campaigns to challenge government policies, organize demonstrations, and expose issues affecting ordinary citizens. What makes this movement unique is that it is largely decentralized. There's no single leader controlling it. Instead, it is driven by collective frustration and digital organization. Young people are no longer for political parties to speak for them. They're becoming their own media houses, their own commentators, and their own mobilizers. And this trend is spreading across the Horn of Africa. In Ethiopia, social media has become both a tool for political awareness and a source of national tension. Youth groups use online platforms to discuss ethnic politics, human rights, economic hardship, and government policies. But at the same time, misinformation and inflammatory content has also contributed to divisions and instability. This shows the double-edged nature of digital activism. It can empower citizens, but it can also deepen conflict if not handled responsibly. In Sudan, young people use social media to organize protests that shook the foundations of long-standing political power. During the uprising against former President Omar al-Bashir, digital platforms became tools for resistance, communication, and international awareness. Even today, despite war and instability, Sudan youth continue using online spaces to document suffering and demand global attention. Meanwhile, in Somalia, social media has opened political participation to younger generation who were previously excluded from national conversations. Somali youths are increasingly discussing governance, corruption, insecurity, and opportunities online. However, unemployment and lack of economic opportunities continue pushing many young people toward migration or dangerous alternatives. And that is the biggest danger facing the Horn of Africa today. When millions of educated young people lose hope in their own countries, societies become vulnerable. Some youths turn to protest, Others migrate illegally across deserts and seas searching for opportunities abroad. Some fall into crime networks. Others become vulnerable to radicalization and recruitment by extremist groups who exploit frustration and hopelessness. Youth unemployment is therefore not just an economic issue. It is a national security issue. It is a political issue. It is a social stability issue. The numbers themselves are alarming. Across much of Africa, youth unemployment and underemployment remain among the highest in the world. Even those with jobs often survive in unstable informal sectors with low income and little protection. A university degree no longer guarantees a decent future. Many graduates spend years searching for work while watching politically connected individuals secure opportunities through influence and patronage. This creates anger, and anger, when combined with social media, becomes powerful. Unlike previous generations, Gen Z is highly connected globally. Young Africans compare their lives not only with their neighbors, but with youths across Europe, Asia, the Gulf, and America. They see opportunities elsewhere, ask difficult questions about leadership, corruption, governance, and economic management at home. Why are resources abundant but opportunities limited? Why do politicians become wealthy while citizens struggle? Why are governments investing in politics more than innovation and job creation? Why are young people constantly told to be patient while their future feels uncertain? These are the questions dominating online conversations today. Governments across the Horn of Africa are now facing a generation that is more informed, more outspoken, and less afraid to challenge authority publicly. That represents a major political shift. But there is also an important warning here. If governments respond to youth frustration only through arrest, internet shutdowns, intimidation, or censorship, they may worsen the crisis. Young people today are not simply fighting for jobs, they're fighting for dignity, inclusion, transparency, and a voice in shaping their societies. Silencing them does not remove the frustration, it only pushes it deeper underground. The region therefore stands at crossroads. One path leads toward reform, innovation, and inclusion. Government can invest in digital economies, technology hubs, agriculture modernization, manufacturing, and entrepreneurship programs that create opportunities for millions of youths. Education system can be aligned with modern job markets. Corruption can be reduced. Young people can be included in leadership spaces and policy discussions. The other path is more dangerous. If unemployment continues rising while political systems remain closed and economic hardship worsens, the Horn of Africa could experience growing instability, repeated protests, social unrest, and political polarization. The frustration already visible online may increasingly spill into the streets. And perhaps the most important reality leaders must understand is this: Gen Z is not waiting quietly anymore. This generation communicates differently, organizes differently, thinks differently, and challenges power differently. The political conversation in the Horn of Africa is no longer controlled by the governments, television stations, or political elites. Today, it is also being shaped by young people with smartphones, internet access, and the courage to speak publicly about what they believe is wrong. That is the new reality of the Horn of Africa. And whether government choose to listen or ignore, it may determine the region's future for decades to come. If you've got any comment, contribution, or how to grow this conversation, please do so in the comment section. My name is Mtalam Kosia, and this is the Horn Broadcasting Channel.